What's the name of the mental illness for men when they ask you on a date and then don't pay for you? I'm like racking my brain trying to figure out what that's called.
I'm currently on my way home from a date. First date of 2026. And I have no problems posting this because he told me he doesn't have TikTok. And honestly, even if he did, I wouldn't give a if he saw this. Because this man decided to psychoanalyze everything about me. Everything. He and I met in the wild. We met playing kickball. And we had a really great time. And I was like, oh my God, he's like kind of cute. And like we were having fun. So we decided to go on a date. So we did. And as the date's going on, we're having a lovely time. I'm having a great time. But then he starts getting a little drunker. And that's when the truth starts to really come out. And he was like, psychoanalyzing me. And literally was like, I bet you're on anxiety meds. And I was like, yeah, I am. Like, how'd you come to that conclusion? He's like, you just give those vibes. He was like, you're clearly a very sheltered person. You're clearly somebody who thinks you know everything and like has seen the world, but you don't know anything. And then he just starts going on and on and on about all the things that he's decided about me. In 2 hours, he's decided all of this about me to make me feel bad about myself. I have no idea. And he was like, then trying to question me, oh, how many relationships have you been in? I'm like, that's none of your business. He's like, I bet you've been in a lot of situationships, but don't ever have a boyfriend. And I was like, wow, you really just have me all figured out. So we're starting the year off really strong. And I wish I could like make this funny, but at this point, like it's not funny. It's just mean. It's just mean.
Do guys not ask women on dates anymore? Is that like not a thing? I'm not getting in your mother bed and watching a movie the first time we hang out.
Dating is so bad these days because men don't really like pursue. Like, I got asked out at the gym again. I've been asked out several times at this gym, and I've never been asked out at a gym ever in the past, but like I don't know what it is about this gym that I just keep getting asked out. And in the same way too, I've been asked out 3 times in this same sauna by 3 different guys. But this guy was really cute. I was excited about it. He kind of looked like Clark Kent. He had these like cute little glasses and then like tattoos, like he had a tattoo sleeve. And anyways, he was really cute. He asked me out, but at first he was just kind of like, oh, we should see each other around at the gym. And then he gets kind of like more ballsy and then like fully asked me out. And he was like, we should definitely do something this week. Okay. So I'm taking that as he is trying to like build up to it, but like he wants to go out. And so I text him, we've been texting all week, and he makes it seem like he wanted to maybe do something today, maybe go to the gym and do something after, I don't know. And then I text him and he's like, oh yeah, I already left. I already went to the gym by myself.
What's good, guys? It's your boy Justin J coming to you with another video. Let's cook, boys. Let's cook. All right. Women are frustrated because men refuse to be nice guys in modern dating. We got action. Let's cook.
The kinds of guys you need to be careful of at work are not the good-looking ones or the cool ones, unfortunately, because they get girls. They get plenty of attention from women outside of work, so they're not trying to shit where they eat, usually. But the weird ones, the not so conventionally attractive ones, yeah, those are the ones you have to be careful of. Trust me, I know.
So basically, the well-groomed, in shape, attractive men don't really chase women like that, especially in the work environment. And this is the funniest thing. If you go back to a lot of my videos, right, I talk about this all the time. All the time. I call it the Windex effect, where a woman is trying to flirt with you or talk to you and you just regular with her and you can see them misfiring. And it's because you're not acting like the other guys. She just proved that. Guys, I don't like to be right all the time, but it is what it is. When I first got in shape, I started experiencing this more and more and more and more. This is why women are not a big deal. And this is why you shouldn't be extra nice to them. Because you see what they think about dudes. They're not talking about his personality or the action of being nice and talking to women. Nah, he's creepy. See, as a guy, they want you to apply pressure. That's the same thing he's doing, but he's ugly, therefore he's creepy. And all of this stems around to the attractive guys refuse to be nice guys. But if you are too nice, she will start to look at you like those other nice guys. Now, he looked really good, but now he ain't that cute to me. Now he's not that attractive to me because his actions aren't matching his looks. This is why they like the type of guys that they like. And it's this, they're at war with themselves because it's like, I know that this isn't good for me, or I know that he will have the leverage. But even at work, even when they want your attention, they want the attractive guys to act like the thirsty guys and be nice guys and all of this stuff. No, I got that for you. No, men refuse. Men refuse, but always remember, if you don't meet this expectation first, nobody cares about what your personality is. Don't let all these people online try to tell you, because they're trying to sell you something. Now, your looks don't matter like that. It's not 100% what it takes to be attractive to a woman, but don't get it confused for a second. And what she's saying is the attractive guys aren't acting like the nice guys. They aren't coming after me, chasing me, trying to hound me down, trying to get a chance with me as the guys who I deem unattractive. Those guys are trying to do that, and I don't like that. And you have to watch out for them because they're creepy. Crazy work. Let's get clip number 2.
I was unmatched by 2 guys that I was actually having really good conversations with. Let's talk about what happened. So the first guy, we were talking about food and how he likes to cook, and he was like, well, you just say the word and then you can come over and I'll cook you my signature dish. So I basically responded and I was like, that sounds lovely eventually, but a first date, I prefer a more neutral ground. Like, I'm down to go grab a drink or something in public. Immediate unmatch. Like, dude, come on, it's 2026 and I'm into true crime. Like, I'm not coming to your house on a first date. The next guy, I really wish this was a joke. This man is like 30 something and legitimately goes, I just got to this coffee shop, you should pull up. So I go, if you want to plan a date, I'm happy to do that. Otherwise, I don't really do last minute meetups. Immediate unmatch. And here's the thing, that did not make me feel rejected at all. It actually made me feel relieved that the filter, aka my boundaries, are working, because that man was never going to treat me with respect anyways. Anytime you're enforcing a standard, it's getting you closer to the man that will actually meet it. And as much as I love going on dates for the plot, I'm also not going to waste my time with losers who can't even put a little bit of effort in for a first date. And if they're not going to do it on the first date, they're never going to do it.
Women think they can go guy shopping on dating apps, and it's absolutely hilarious to me. So these 2 guys that moved on and rejected her, right? They're obviously her type. And she's trying to move them in a certain direction. They're like, nah, I'm not going. This actually perfectly shows you how I operate on dating apps. This is exactly how I operate. One wrong move, we're done here. NVM or okay. I even operate with emotional intelligence. I don't ghost a lot of times. Okay. Or NVM. I only have 3 letters to spare. I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth with you. Women are trying to exercise their standards on men who they find attractive. That doesn't work like that. You can only exercise your standards on men who you have no attraction to. Men who don't have a lot of opportunity with women. Because they're going to try to keep you around. A guy that's going to have another match and another match and another match. And a guy that's going to actually get likes. Not like he has to send out likes to get matches. Women will like his profile. Oh, you're playing with yourself, bro. You're playing a losing game. A losing game. They don't care. They're still going to always try to do this. They want attractive men to act like the nice guys. That's not how that works. And let's examine this part, right? She said, those guys weren't going to treat me with respect anyway. That just equals to those men were never going to follow my lead. You see this dilemma that they're always in? They want a leader, but they want a guy that's going to follow their lead and their standards. Absolutely not. Let's get the next one.
Do women date outside of their type? And what happens if they do? I got you. Yes, the same goes for women that goes for men. We will date outside of our type, but what always ends up happening is we're doing that because it feels safer. Very likely, the men that are your type continue to hurt you, and this should also be addressed. I'll address this in another video. But because of that, when a man who is not your type approaches you and you've probably been through some traumatic experience, you're like, I'll give this flavor a try. But the same thing applies. You will eventually be like, I don't like this flavor. Or if you do stay, it is simply for the fact that he's probably a safe option. He is predictable, and the guys you like are probably less predictable, okay? So you will go to this man as a, I hate to say this, but like a backup plan, a safety plan. But eventually you will get sick of this man because he's not your type, and go back to the man that is your type, or the type of men that are your type. This is not always a bad thing, though, to go for the ones that are not your type, because usually if you've been through traumatic experiences and you usually go for like the bad boy or whatever, and then you go to someone who's probably a nice guy, which I've also mentioned things about this, but neither here nor there, it will be the safest option, the most predictable option, and very likely the most stable option. Okay, so keep that in mind. But yeah, I mean, the same thing applies for women. We will try other flavors, but usually, more than likely, we go back to the one that we like.
This is why men shouldn't sweat women as well. I always tell you guys, look for the rejection, look for the resistance, because that's going to tell you that you're not her type. She's not interested in you like that. If she doesn't resist you and she falls through with the plan, she follows your instructions, 9 times out of 10, you're her type of guy. She's interested. She has high interest in you. Women are going to settle for guys that they don't want. And I said this in a prior video, but they're going to do that all to return back to a guy that they're attracted to, or they'll just stay alone. P-Pal, the chick in the second clip, said, these guys were never going to treat me with respect. It's cool. I'm not mad because now I'm getting closer to finding a guy who's going to meet my standards, i.e. a guy that you're not attracted to, i.e. the guy that you're going to give a chance. That's not how that works. They don't want to cooperate, so they'll go with the easy, safe bet. They don't like that. They don't like how that goes. In the beginning, it's good. They get a lot of attention. The guy's attentive. The guy will bring them things, gifts, and all of this stuff, take them on dates. But after a while, the excitement, there's nothing there. It fizzles out. So then they'll just return back to outside. They'll return back to the guys that they're truly attracted to that don't have to do as much because they give them the thrill, the rush. So it really makes no sense. They want to do all that because up front, attractive men who are their type, they don't want to do this nice guy charade. They don't want to do it. They don't like that. They'll go for the safe bet, all to return back to that guy. It makes no sense. And the guys that they don't find attractive are watching all of this happen. Remember, I tell you guys, you could be down here, you put in the work, you're up here. Once you're up here, you remember how you got treated down there, and you're like, I'm not going for that. I'm going to be just like the guy that you find attractive. Now I'm said guy. I tell you all the time, I know it sounds funny, but it's true. A lot of men don't even want to be viewed as special anymore. They build themselves up and they say, I want to be viewed as the other guys who you were sexually attracted to. Nothing more, nothing less. I want what they got for the price that they got it. I don't want to have to do extra. I don't want to be seen as special to you. I don't think I'm winning some type of prize here. I want to be viewed as sexually desirable like you viewed those other guys. It's it. Now, the more that men wake up, the more women have problems trying to lock down dates or find providers or attentive guys. Let's get the next one.
I hate dating. I always have. I've never been a dater. My New Year's resolution is to try and go on more dates. I've had one boyfriend, did not, horrible experience, would never recommend to anyone. And I don't go on the apps, but I did download Raya again. Like, how embarrassing. Like, my man is not on Raya, but the better looking men are on Raya, I'm not gonna lie. I've never had a Hinge. I've never been on the apps. But I fear there's no hope because I'm so happy being alone. I have a great job. My brothers, my mom, they treat me like they set the standards high. So I just fear a man who I want is never gonna come. And what I want is like not hard. It's like the bare minimum, but we can't find the bare minimum these days. Can anyone else relate?
Let's talk about what the bare minimum actually is. Be hot, be generous, and be a bunch of things that I don't really need with a hint of toxic that can only be tamed by me. This is what the bare minimum is for women. Like, yo, it's funny. So you're not really going to find that on an app. And this is why they get frustrated. Oh, the dating apps are this and all these guys just want this. No. You don't go guy shopping on an app. You don't do that. You can set up a bunch of dates with a bunch of suckers, but this woman sounds frustrated like, I'm happy being by myself and all of this cope. You would never be on camera talking about apps. You would never. You can't go shopping on these apps the way you want to. and she's on an app she thinks she's going to get better results with men. No, the more attractive men are on this app, which means you're going to have to put in more work to get at one of them. Mind you, did you hear anything about what she's willing to give, bare minimum, to these guys if they meet the standards that she has? You're never going to hear it. Never. Let's get the next one.
What is you still doing on my property?
What do you mean?
What is you still doing on my property? Hitting your stuff, huh?
Bro, what? I just got here. Why are you giving me my stuff?
What you mean? Why I'm giving you your stuff? Because I booked you a flight for nothing.
What you mean you booked me a flight for
I
nothing?
booked you a flight for nothing. You're not trying to let me hit or nothing. Why you come all the way out here if you ain't trying to let me hit?
So you brought me out here basically because you was trying to say.
Duh. What you mean? I'm a nigga. If a nigga book a girl a flight, you don't think I'm supposed to want to hit?
So
like, what you think I'm supposed to do?
What's all that you was texting me talking about you was wanting to take me out and we was gonna have a good time and all of that. What happened to that?
Of course, that's what I'm gonna say, man. That's what all the stuff I'm gonna say to get you out here. And I booked your flight for nothing.
What?
You're not trying to do nothing.
What?
You just want to sit in the house. I even cooked you food.
I just got here. I'm not about to go back. I'm not about to catch another flight right now.
Yeah,
I'm
and
tell
I
you
want
that.
that little 225 that I spent on your ticket too, man. You gotta go.
You is tripping. Give me my stuff.
Yeah,
I'm going back in the house.
Cause you think you about to finesse me like
Nah.
I'm just you supposed to come out here and I'm supposed to pay for your shoes, pay for your hair, pay for your flight. Nah, this ain't that, man.
What?
You came to Florida for nothing, baby. Cause I ain't that nigga.
So how am I supposed to get to the airport?
Man, that's on you. Figure it out, my nigga. Just like how you figured out that you weren't trying to let me hit. Figure that out. Catch an Uber or something. Get off my property, man.
What?
Get off my property before I call the police.
You is crazy.
This is why I tell you guys to get the rejection out of the way in the beginning. Be direct with the woman. Then I tell you guys that story recently how talking to this chick on an app, and I'm like, yeah, that would turn me on. And she's like, oh, sexual innuendos within the first 30 minutes of talking? I just stopped talking to her. Right then and there, let me know that you are going to be a headache. Right then and there. It's the same thing as the woman in the previous clip. Oh, as soon as she said this, they just went away. They rejected her. They went away on the app. Exactly. You're already showing that you're going to be more of a headache than you're worth. You're just going to be annoying. So I'm going away. You need to figure that out. This guy books her a flight. She gets there. And I don't care if it's a skit or not. This happens all the time to guys. You're not being direct. Now, when you get here, I can't wait to do some things to you. We got to do this once you get here. Once you touch down, we're doing this. Let her tell you, I'm not that type of girl. I'm not doing that. I'm not coming there for this. Don't get this idea about me. Blah, 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 blah. She can stay right where she's at. Guys love to do this. They love to pretend to be a nice guy or give this fake facade of nice guy energy. No. Be direct. There's nothing disrespectful about it. See, men do this because women try to make it a problem that you want to get physical with them. When the whole time they know why you're trying to fly them out. They know why you want their number. They know why you want them to come over. They know why you want to take them out on a date. They know everything. You're letting them mess up your game by thinking, damn, I can't be too direct because if I am, it's going to scare her away. You know, a lot of these talking points contradict one another. If I'm too direct with her, she'll run away. But then you have women crying on camera about guys who are not emotionally intelligent, that just smash them, that never put in a lot of effort from the beginning. Then we have the saying of Chad and Tyrone don't have to do anything, and they get all the women. But at the same time, if you do too much, it'll scare the women away. Well, which one is it? Which one is it? The guys that they want don't have to do a lot. But then if I put too much effort in, or I try to, be direct, it's going to scare them away. Which one is it? It's either you're the guy or you're not. And when men understand this, this is where these clips come from. Women getting ghosted, women getting rejected, a guy not calling her back after the first smash, after the first date or whatever. Guys are like, I'm taking my L and I'm moving on. That's it. Didn't I play the clip yesterday? No, not yesterday. I played a clip of a woman, the last video, 2-3 days ago. When I reject a guy and he goes on and lives his life, it's something about that. It's just something about that. Just go away. Take the rejection. Don't try to book a flight. Don't try to take her out. Don't try to get on her good side. No. Don't apply these nice guy tactics. It's never going to work in your favor. And let's say it does work in your favor. Well, what's your favor? A woman following your lead and cooperating with your program? That's not what's going to happen. That's not what's going to happen. So just leave her alone. So this was women are frustrated that men refuse to be nice guys in modern dating. Hope you guys got a lot out of it. It's your boy, Justin J. Get with you boys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Just don't fucking get it. You work, you have money. Why can we not do 50-50? We're going on a date almost every week. I'm having to spend so much money. I can hardly save anything. I can hardly go out with the boys. This is ridiculous. All my money is going straight back to you, but all your money gets saved. I don't get it.
I wasn't raised to go 50-50 with a man.
You know, we're in a different society now, right? It's a whole different generation. It's not about how you were raised. It's about how things are now. Ask around, everybody is doing 50-50, okay? Women work now, just like at home. I'm also doing the chores, right? It's all split now. It's just about respect.
But I also cook for you.
I never asked you to cook for me.
Well, you don't know how to cook.
Yeah, so what? I can order food.
I don't think we do 50-50.